Okay, so let's review how this week went so far. Well, let's start with my plan of proper nutrition. Uh, First week of it went really well, uh, but then this week it kind of faltered. Uh, just a lot of tension and stress have been building up inside of me, and I I think partly the reason why is just I'm not getting a diverse enough diet. I eat healthy things, but it's pretty much the same sorts of foods day in and day out, and it's gotten pretty boring. And and so I start to crave unhealthy things to diversify things. And so I think a fault of this so far is just not having a diverse enough amount of food that I can actually eat, because there's a lot of foods that I cannot eat, and some of them I discover on the spot, so I throw it out. Uh, One of the things is like the green healthy smoothies I would make. None of them that I've made so far have sit well with me, and so using that as a way to that I've used in the past to get a lot of fruits and vegetables in my diet. I Unless I can find a more appetizing smoothie mixture, then that'd be great. But for now, it's mostly just been eating like dry ribs, chicken wings, eggs, oatmeal with protein powder, uh, some like veggie noodles made out of like edamame, black bean noodles. That's pretty much been my diet lately, and beans and lentils. Yeah, that sums up my diet for the past 2 weeks now. And just eating that stuff consistently, just it gets boring. And so I think that's part of the issue. And to circle back on the negativity that's just been building up, it's been that's been making it difficult to get out consistently. I had a severe panic attack on Thursday, uh, and I just panicked, so I just texted my dad to just drive me home, and it was pretty much at the end of his work. Anyways, he only had like an hour left, and he often works overtime with no extra pay to it, and so and he has a lot of vacation hours because yeah. Anyways, it wasn't really an issue with him, and he's usually pretty cool about this kind of stuff. Uh, and so living so far apart from people, and then being forced to take a long bus ride to see people is tough. Right now, I'm relying on groups for social for like an hour or so of moderate socialization, or just being around people. Uh, and I've just grown really bored of the groups. Uh, I just, you would find it boring too, just listening to the same thing over and over again. but my mother keeps prodding me to go to groups because I need therapy. And so I think I just need to find a therapist that isn't too expensive. Uh, and yeah, it's just been difficult to just consistently go out, especially since it seems like I've been conditioned, or and partly that's my fault for conditioning myself to uh, search for negativity when I'm out of the house. Uh, I've just grown into these thought patterns of thinking the worst when I'm out of the house, and so when I do that, it reinforces it, and so it pairs the two. It pairs the activity with the thought. So the activity is taking the bus. The thought of being anxious that something is going to go wrong, and yeah, uh, so I recognize that, and I don't know, just work on it, I guess. Uh, I've been kind of busy on on a pet project. Uh, it's making more Four Souls cards. Four Souls is based off of the hit video game that has defined the roguelike genre, The Binding of Isaac, and it's been a love of mine for a while. So uh, last week, a friend came over and we played a round of Four Souls, and that kind of sparked uh, my interest in Four Souls again. And so I've just been looking for some more Four Souls content, and part of the way to satiate that content is to create more custom cards. And so I've just been toiling away on uh, creating these cards, and it's a lot of work to write them out and then to get the correct spacing on it, and to then Photoshop images uh, for the different monsters and items and loot and everything. Um, so it's been a lot of work, especially since I have a lot of ideas for custom cards, and I've refined uh, my approach to creating these custom cards like I did, because I did this like a year ago, and when I first created these cards, I had a lot of ideas, and I wanted things to be things I've never seen before, so I had a lot of outlandish ideas, um, and so I've rain checked that in, and I've my thinking now is when I see this card in game, what do I think about it? Uh, is it going to be overpowered? Um, does does it fit uh, the aesthetics of the game? Uh, is it too underpowered? And is that okay? It's just thinking about these different variables when creating these cards, and so I'm quite happy with my approach. But just with anything, it's like I'll make these cards, and then to truly know how they feel is you have to play with them. And so I've gained some knowledge from playing with my previous custom cards, and I feel like a lot of them, they just didn't work out, and that's okay. That's part of the creative process. But yeah, when my friend came over, we did the things that are really enjoyable that we used to do with each other a lot, like play party animals. That's been our like hit game for like half a year now. uh Play fossils. That's been a game for like for multiple years now that we've enjoyed together. And continue watching Arcane, and I'm always excited when we watch Arcane together because it's just a hype show. um but uh that's that one. It sounds so sad. It sounds so sad to say it, but that that one day was like the best day I've had in like over a month, maybe 2 months, maybe longer. I don't know. It just it made me really happy, and I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I live such a depressing life, and it's just, I don't know. This week has just been all about atrophy and decay. There's nothing right now that has really hooked me. Like I I had energy to do things, but when I went out of the house, I would get really exhausted because it takes a lot of just mental energy, and mental energy is like a big thing for me. I know it is for a lot of people, but just for me. um, or I would have a lot of energy and I didn't really want to leave the house, but I wasn't really interested in doing anything in the house. So I would work out, and then I get exhausted from working out, and for a while that was good because I was eating well, and so I was building muscle. But but now it's just, I feel overwhelmed now. And it's not like I was doing a lot of stuff. Like, sure, like, I guess to say a lot of stuff is like being out of the house these past few weeks um, could be considered a lot because I didn't leave the house for like over a month. Um, but now, tomorrow, I'm planning to go to church for a few hours. And then Monday, I'm planning to talk with a lady uh, in the social hub town, and she's like an evaluator. Like, she'll assess my situation, and she'll help me get a job. Uh, so maybe that'll work out, maybe not. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah, this week I also broke my phone. I'm using a phone my mother lent me because she just had a spare phone, uh, and I kind of need a phone. Um, but yeah, I just broke my phone just because I have like no patience for like doing very mundane tasks, and so I did a seemingly simple task, but on the computer because I had to fill out like a form or something, but an error just kept popping up. Simple error that I easily figured out once I like calmed down and just had my mother just talk through it with me. Uh, but that just set me off, and I just broke my phone. And for like days, like 3 plus maybe 4 days, my morning alarm would just go off, and it's just like I can't turn it off because I can't do anything on the screen. It's all cracked. Um, but I still want to keep that phone just in case I need it for something. Uh, just in case I can get some more knowledge data from it in the future. I don't know. Uh, but yeah, it would just wake me up, and it's just like there's nothing. And I had 3 alarms, and they would play it for 5 minutes. So I stored it in the bathroom closet, wrapped in towels, and it would still be pretty noisy, but muffled at least. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. My mother is trying to get me to do these online courses, and it's just, I just, I don't have the mental space for it. In a state like this, to learn something new and work on like a detailed project like that, it's just, my state is stressing her out, and it sucks on her. Yeah, because she keeps trying to do whatever she can to help out, and it's stressing her out. I don't know. But it's not like I've had any emotions about it. My emotional sympathy for people and things have been very low, especially low lately. It's been low for a while, but it's especially low now. Like my mother would be bawling in tears in front of me, and I would just sit there with a blank look of apathy. Just, it sounds so cruel, but I don't know. Just like, just not too long ago, like maybe 7, 8 months ago, I used to have so much care and love for people, and I probably would be tearing up alongside her. That's just, emotions are draining on me. Everything, all life is just being drained. I don't know. That's pretty much it. You'll see me later until you won't.